You've seen Europe's big cities and iconic landmarks. But there's another side of the continent that feels like a fairy tale. Tiny villages, hidden valleys, and stone streets that echo centuries of history. These are the places few tourists talk about, yet travelers remember forever. Today on GK Hub, we'll wander through the most beautiful villages in Europe nobody shows you. Our journey doesn't begin with famous capitals. Instead, it starts with quiet corners where time seems to slow down. Imagine a village with canals, but no cars at all. Giethoorn in the Netherlands feels like a dream. Here, thatched roof houses line peaceful waterways. You glide along in a whisper boat, the only ripple in a still mirror of water. Further east lies Hallstatt, Austria's jewel between lake and mountain. Pastel houses reflect off the glassy lake at sunrise. You could almost believe this is a painted postcard come to life. Hallstatt's story began centuries ago, its salt mines shaping the community. Now it's a place of hushed beauty, best seen early before day visitors arrive. In England's Cotswolds, Byberry feels like a step back in time. Its honeystone cottages and the calm river con make you want to linger. Walkers often pause at Arlington Row, one of England's most photographed lanes. Across the continent in France, Colmar seems to belong in a painting. Here, half-timbered houses lean over canals lined with flowers. Couples wander cobblestone streets and every corner feels like a scene from a storybook. Just beyond, in the Pyrenees of southern France, La Gracie sits in a gentle river valley. Its medieval abbey and narrow streets whisper ancient secrets. Artisans and potters call this place home, adding color to every corner. Also in France's sun-baked south, Aigues perches above the Ardèche gorges. From its cliffside ramparts, views stretch like a tapestry of vineyards and valleys. Hidden waterfall village Rastok in Croatia feels like a secret paradise. Here 23 waterfalls merge with cobblestone houses and wheel-driven mills. Local legend says ferries once guided travelers through these waters. On the island of Bra, Puvica's white limestone buildings glow by the sea. The stone quarried here built cities across Europe and left Puzica with its unique character. Another hidden gem is Zuheros in Spain's Andalusia. This white village clinging to its mountain rocks feels like a secret fortress. Walk through its small plazas and you'll hear the stories of centuries past. Not far from the coast, Villajoyosa paints its streets in vivid colors. Once a fishing village, today its pastel houses look like candy beside the water. Here, traditional Spanish seafood dishes taste best on a terrace at sunset. In Italy, Colletta di Castelbianco hides high in the maritime Alps. Once abandoned, it was transformed into a village that blends ancient stone with modern technology. Walk its lanes and you'll feel both history and innovation. Across the Mediterranean, Manarala perches on the cliffs of Cinque Terre. Each sunset here turns the colorful houses into glowing embers against the sea. A boat rocked gently in the harbor becomes a hypnotic lullaby. In Slovenia, Bled may be small, but its lake and castle offer a fairy tale experience. Take a Pletna boat to the island church, then climb toward the castle for a majestic view. Up in Norway, rain's red cabins reflect on crystal waters. Jagged mountains rise like sentinels all around. This fishing village feels like the edge of the earth itself. Across the sea in Greece, Folegandros clings to cliffs above blue waters. Whitewashed houses and narrow alleys lead to the ancient Castro. Sunsets here are legends, washed in gold and crimson over the Aegean. In England's Lake District region, Castle Combe is a timeless haven. Medieval houses and quiet lanes make it ideal for a slow morning stroll. Each village has its own rhythm, its own soul. These are not places packed with tourists. These are villages you feel. You won't find highways here. Just winding roads and surprises around every corner. The secret to Europe's beauty lies in its contrasts. From canals to cliff tops, from mountains to beaches, each village tells a story. Some were built for defense, others for trade, but all were shaped by people. Grapevines climb walls in sun-drenched vineyards. Church bells echo across valleys at dawn. Old stone bridges arc gracefully over glassy rivers. Cats lounge on doorsteps where children once played centuries ago. At every turn, you'll find a tiny cafe tucked into a lane. Locals serve wine poured with a smile, not a rush. A simple loaf of bread tastes like history in your hands. These are places you don't see on postcards, because their magic cannot be captured in a single photo. It's felt in the quiet of a morning street. It's heard in the laughter at twilight. This is Europe beyond the crowds, beyond the famous landmarks. A Europe that feels alive and personal, where every village invites you to slow down, to breathe deeper, and to remember why you traveled in the first place. If you follow these hidden gems, you'll discover not just beauty, but the heart of the continent itself. And that is what makes travel unforgettable.